It's all about Mac McClung, man. It's not. I didn't put those springs in his legs to do like that. He comes off just straight cold, no warm ups, and just three swish dunks, puts the world on their heels. And there's it doesn't matter how tall he is. The higher he's jumping, the better it looks. He can jump his head touching the rim. He's doing dunks that nobody's seen before. And he has more in him to even do that. When I'm like telling people about Mac McClung, and I people are saying that when they come with the things about, oh, he's your cousin and this and that. It's not. Let's step away from me. It's just all about him. He's been on the Warriors. They fumbled. He's been on the Lakers with his some of his favorite players, and he's playing with them, and they fumbled that. And now he's over there in Philly, and he's the new Ivory Iverson. So if they fumble him, I'm gonna have to make some calls down there to D Wade. I'm over here in Florida. I'm gonna get him down here to Florida. You know what I mean? People make mistakes all the time of fumbling something that somebody did, that they didn't see or they didn't want to see, or that were hidden from the public because of maybe just social standards or social things that's in society. You know what I mean? I see a lot of the same things of him with me. Like, people swept me under the rug and put me to the side after I started having to drop my music videos that were getting banned on YouTube, and I had to drop them on my own, start OnlyFans so I can finally drop music videos over there and do what I want. A lot of people who are superstars in the NBA, I'm not going to do the dunk contest. Now I feel like he's put the pressure on people to where that's his thing, and he's going to be in the dunk contest every year until somebody, and even if somebody does win or whatever, I don't see that anytime soon. The dunks that he has left.
No, he dominated. He was clearly the winner. I watched Mac at Georgetown, but I think this was really a coming out party for him, and now everybody knows that name and everybody knows who this guy is. Do you think, Riff Raff, to get him from the G League, obviously get him into the NBA, is this something now that can happen, given he's got a lot of momentum a lot of push behind him right now?
Any NBA, I know a lot of the NBA owners never played in NBA, but let's just go from the business marketing strategy. Kids want to play, who look up these basketball stars, and they want to watch games. People want to see dunks and 3-pointers. Mm-hmm. They don't want to see you run the offense and pass the ball 5 times and do the perfect dribble. That's coaches and owners type stuff, whatever. Yeah. But we're talking about winning games. We're talking about filling up the stands. We're talking about selling out arenas. You know what I mean? We're talking Dominique Wilkins, Allen Iverson, Jason Williams. You know what I mean? Stockton Malone, Mac McClung. The name rings a bell now. Now he has all you ever say is Mac McClung, and you're thinking the dunk contest. Yeah. And even there's so many NBA players who are saying he brought the dunk contest back to life just by watching that. No words being said. It's universal. It's going to fill the stands wherever. And he's an actual hooper. He's not just a dunker. He's explosive. Yeah, he's explosive up and down the court. He could play. He'll play. He doesn't mind diving after a loose ball and saving it. He doesn't mind passing it. He can pull up and he's a game time player. I've been saying all this, but I'm glad that he's finally getting the notoriety that he deserves. And I don't see any NBA team letting him go if they have the chance. I think the contracts are going to start showing that. Locking him in. I mean, being in the G League, there's so many players in the world that could play at the NBA level. But when you talk about filling up the stands, you have actual fans and kids wearing that McClung 9 or whatever number, he switches numbers so many times, whatever it is. Yeah, you know what I mean.
He would be a huge. I mean, he would sell so many tickets. I think he'd be a big draw. I agree with you, and I really do believe, and tell me if you believe this, Riff Raff, the dunk contest had become so stale over the years that it had become something that people almost didn't even care about anymore, because you were just seeing the same dunks, same dunks, same dunks. He was actually fresh. He was bringing things that we had never seen before, and I think he has recharged the entire contest.
Not only just dunks that people haven't seen, but he's taking it's a lot of people dunks that people can't even do, and he does it so quick and so explosive that maybe somebody longer and taller. When Brent Berry jumped from the free throw line, and that was and I as a kid remember that. You know what I mean? But this is different. You know what I mean? This is different. You know what I mean? And like Nate Robinson, he was explosive when he do these crazy dunks. You know what I mean? But when we're talking about like Mac McClung's dunk, it's almost, you know, if he had been in any year, especially 2023, you can't pull any fast ones on anybody.
No.
There's no, you know what I mean? So he's yet to even reach his maximal potential. This is day one. You know what I mean? His stock is so far up right now. And he's a basketball player. He's a straight hooper, and he's only going to get better. He's only going to get more explosive.
And we're going to see him in the NBA at some point. If not this year, do you think we see him next year?
I mean, any NBA team owner would be foolish to not want to fill the stands and get that hype around their team.
Yeah.
And he should, to me and to anybody who actually watches him play, he's a starter. How can you say, if anybody says anything about his size, like there's been players, Muggsy Bogues, there's been Nate Robinson, there's been so many, and he's not small.
He's bigger than those guys, yeah.
6'2".
Right.
He's my height. And he's explosive, and he could touch his head on the rim, and he could get up and down the court faster than anybody, play defense, shoot threes. You know what I mean? Like, and when people start seeing him play and he starts getting more minutes, like I could see him.
Oh, he can get buckets. Yeah.
See him averaging 20 and 5-7 assists a game. If all it's going to take is the coach who wants to keep him in, and the other teammates, they love him, you know, because he's a team player and he's explosive.